left off and you were about to basically put your plan into action, you are in a good place to lure this serpent into and shut it off while you attempt to catch it with the loops and drag it into the other room to stick it in this storage container that has already been filled with water so that you can then haul it out from there. And you have the lure that makes injured duck noises, because apparently this thing likes ducks. Either that or it was the only thing it was able to catch, because the Beyond 9 are fast.
Give a duck noise.
And it's hungry.
Yeah, it's hungry.
You gotta work within the bounds of what you got.
Yeah, which, to be fair, you did get quite a lot. You also have a first aid kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how does this go?
So I think we were having line with it? I forget what your ability is called.
Tune in.
Tune in.
Yeah. I think I did that, yeah.
I don't recall the results of that.
That's how you found out it was hungry and where it was.
Yeah.
And the fact that there are other creatures this thing is afraid of, none of them exist on this planet.
Yeah. And we know it hunts more by vibrations and sort of, was it smell or sound rather than sight?
Sound. Because travels well through water. So you have the loops. The tank is in the next room. You also have whatever you normally have on you, just in case things don't go according to plan.
Okay. So, you want to do the honors of holding the...
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that would work great. Just so then, are you gonna turn off or shut whatever sort of gate is there? Or not gate, but
Picture there's like a big button on the wall that you can hit to shut off external access. Just because when you're running tests, so they could prevent any contamination, or if anything, they realize, oh, there's something growing in here that shouldn't be. Button.
Nope.
Or, oh, you just dumped a vat of chemicals into the water? Button.
Nope.
Great idea.
Yeah. So I will have it make upset duck noises.
I will be positioned by the button.
Roll to... I guess manipulate someone.
Oh no.
Or if you could make an argument for something else that you could roll to lure this creature.
Maybe act under pressure, because this thing is going to be a problem, so we need to get it in now, preferably, because it's also becoming dark.
Yeah, and also trying to not make it obvious that this is fake, so you're trying to con it. Yeah, act under pressure makes sense in this scenario.
Cool. Okay, that's a 9. That's something.
All right, worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. It works, but you don't realize the creature's in the water until it's lunging at you. And it just quick bites the hand that has the duck lure in it, lets go, and then drops back into the water, so you take a point of harm and it's eaten the lure. Now, Eileen, roll to act under pressure to hit the button before it gets out.
Oh, come back here. Back! I say. Run away, dice!
Did the dice get spooked?
Yeah. What is act under pressure? It's plus what?
Cool.
Cool. What is my cool? Oh, shit.
Question, would my attune help? Well, I guess it's too late to help me, but could it help Eileen, since I would have relayed that to her, where she gets to hold one, or get a +1 on ongoing while acting on the answers? Or would that be too much of a bend of rules?
It doesn't matter. I got a 10 on the roll, so I was just seeing what my entire...
Very nice.
It's an 11.
Yeah. you do what you set out to do. You were ready to go, and the second that thing broke the water, you hit the button, and you see it clamp onto Malaya's hand, spit the hand out, take the duck lure, and dive back underwater, but it cannot escape.
Oh, good.
That definitely did not feel good.
Yeah. No.
So, where is it now? Is it like coiling around on top? Has it gone to the bottom? What's going on with this thing?
I don't think the water is super clear, so you can't see exactly where it is, but this is a small contained area. You imagine it probably goes deeper towards where you can see the back wall, because yeah, the lighting's not great in here, but you can see the back wall. So it has gone back underwater, presumably trying to get back out, but it can't. So you do have it trapped.
Here's a thought. Would it hurt anything to leave this closed and just call this a job well done?
Basically, just leave it here for now until someone who's an expert in handling these things can come get it.
Yeah. Why go through if we have it contained here, why go through the trouble of dragging it to another room? Is the thing I just thought of.
I mean, it could go through other pipes in that time. It could be a couple days, or
Are there other pipes? I hit the emergency shut off.
yeah, that's to the outside. I meant to other parts of the facility.
Yeah, nope, that's a thought actually, yeah.
Roll to investigate a mystery, and you get to do like where would it go.
I'll do it. That's what I'm good at. But not really this time. That's a 7. Well, 7's not bad.
You get to ask one question.
Where could it go?
I have a question in return. Odds or evens?
Odds.
As you're looking around a facility like this, the shutoff would have completely sealed off any ways for things to get out that were in the water. But there's like a drainage grate near you. So if this thing could get out of the water, it could go that way. There might be some structural weaknesses that you haven't noticed, so there's a small chance this thing could get out and go somewhere else.
Okay. Yeah, somewhere completely cut off is probably best. So, grab a pole.
Is my hand okay to where I can grab the pole without problems?
Your hand hurts, but you will be able to.
I have supplies.
Yes, you do. You have a first aid kit if you want to bandage your hand, stop the bleeding.
First.
Yeah, let's bandage hand then.
Okay. Yeah, put some antiseptic on just in case if this one also has neurochemicals.
Yeah.
In case.
I would say you put a little general antiseptic on there, maybe clean some of the blood off.
Triple antibiotic ointment.
Yeah. Do a decent job of wrapping it. It probably still could use like professional medical attention, but the bandage will hold until you can get back to the place where everyone else is, because you know at least one person there has actual medical training that is up to date and has better equipment.
Okay.
Yeah, not bad for a slap job, but
should visit them before we leave. Yeah.
Yeah. You were gonna need to go back there anyway. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Full time.
Yeah. Pull. Grab a pole.
Does anyone want to read a bad situation to see if you can gather information about how to do this efficiently instead of just swoop, shoop, nope. Swoop, shoop, nope.
I would like to try something. I have a move called Precise Strike. Now, technically, it's supposed to be used when inflicting harm. I would like to argue that I could use it in this case to slip the lead over its head.
I will allow that to be tried. Malaya, Alexis, did you want to roll to read a bad situation?
Sure. Okay, that's a 7.
You get to ask one question.
What's most vulnerable?
I got an 8 on the precise strike roll.
You know this creature's probably more than a little confused at the strange things that have been happening in the past 30 seconds. Well,
Yeah.
probably closer to a couple minutes because you took some time to bandage your hand.
Yeah.
So there's a chance that since you have these lovely long poles, you could like tap the water and trick it into going after something. If it's cornered in flight mode. If you want to roll to, well, now it's not going to make a big difference, but roll to manipulate someone.
That's not gonna go great. Oh, okay. I rolled a 12, so that's an 11.
Okay. So you're able to do this no problem. Describe what you do as you trick it into jumping out somewhere.
I think Malaya is going to sort of explain to Eileen, maybe we'll be able to get it to try to attack again if we tap on the water. So let's give the water a second to settle, make sure we're not in it so that way it doesn't know where we are. And then see if I can create the distraction so you can slip over the hoop over it.
Sounds like a plan.
We wait a minute and then sort of, with, I'm not sure about the loop part. I think the more the stick part would be better. She's over there.
Yeah, you flip it around and tap on the water with the handle, and just since you did roll 12, yes, it was -1, but I will allow that to have counted as a help out with a. I'll let you add a +2 to make that the precise strike a success instead of just a partial success.
Cool.
So as you wait, and you wait, you carefully reach out and just barely tap the water. You tap it again and immediately just jumps up exactly like it did when it was eating the duck. But Eileen, you had already had your loop out, and Malaya was like tapping inside of where it was, so you just effortlessly tighten it and start. Roll plus tough to drag this very angry serpent onto the ground as you start dragging it back towards the door.
Runaway dice again. Not good. 4.
Is there something I can do to help, or?
If you want to roll to help out, as you see Eileen immediately loses her footing as this thing dives back under the water. It is stronger than you anticipated.
Oh, that's a 5.
You go to grab her and you lose your footing as well, and you both get plunged under the water. Eileen, roll to act under pressure to see if you keep a hand on the stick.
Cool. What's my cool? 7.
Okay.
Hers outcome, her choice or price to pay. I'll say you'll be able to keep a handle on the stick to keep, and you can keep it tightened at least for now. You can feel it kind of wiggling its body, so it's wriggling through the loop to get more of it on the other side. And does it attack you or does it attack Malaya?
Oh, you're making me choose?
Yes.
Me.
You can tell by the way it's moving that it's angry. It is in full-on fight mode. So you pull it towards you and it just starts to wrap around you. And now you are not able to get back above the water. But Malaya, what do you do? As you lose your grip on Eileen under the water.
Okay, so I am above the water?
You've been pulled into the water, but you are not currently being pulled down.
Okay, but Eileen is.
Your head breaks above the water and you don't see your friend.
So I'm looking at my moves, and all I have for spooky is, like, the tune in and things that cause harm. Which I don't know where they are, so...
You could also attempt to go down and protect or read a bad situation. See if you can figure something out.
Yeah, let's do read a bad situation.
It's only been a few seconds. She's not drowning yet, theoretically. There are not any large amounts of air bubbles.
Okay, that's good.
Did I take any harm from that, by the way?
I'll say you took 2 harm, because it is currently trying to constrict around you. Malaya is probably not that far above you, trying to figure out what to do. So, what was your really bad situation?
That's a 5.
You have a problem with rage, right?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Start to give in to panic, and then it's just something about that intense feeling of, oh my god, I don't know what to do. That rage starts to creep over. No one can see it. Actually, Eileen, I think you do see a faint red glow above you as the earrings start to glow a little brighter than normal.
Well, at least I up.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
And Malaya, you don't know what to do. The only thing on your mind right now is just almost like a mindless rage. Just really annoyed, really frustrated. So Eileen, you are currently being constricted by a serpent that is very angry at you and you are underwater. What do you do? Have any moves, or you just want to try and take some mass to throttle this thing into letting you go?
Well, that's my first thought, is that it's now me or this thing, which I feel like Glenn will forgive me for.
Yeah. Also, something about that glow makes you feel like something not great's happening.
Uh-huh. Yeah, for sure. So, I guess I'll do a kick some ass roll.
Gonna use any particular weapons, or just using your bare hands?
Yeah. I know for sure I had a shotgun. I think I had the dagger over the sword. So I'm gonna try and pull out my dagger and do a stabby, yeah.
Stab it.
9.
Alright, on a 7 plus, you and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. You pull out your dagger and you stab into it, which it's wrapped around you. It's not that hard to find, even though you can't see very well. You just feel these teeth sink into your shoulder, and you can tell its head's right next to you. You can almost see its eyes, almost glowing the dark right next to your face.
Okay, so that's 2 harm on the monster.
You take 1 harm for this bite.
I would like to try and use Precise Strike again to aim for its head that is now right next to me.
Go for it. This Malaya at this point has gotten out of the waters, going into the next room and is just smashing stuff.
I have been abandoned.
Not by Alexis's choice. Or Malaya's conscious one, but yes.
So Malaya, if you would like to roll, say plus sharp, see if your rational mind kicks over.
Okay. I'll try. Well, no, you caused this mess. You go away. Okay. Sharp, that's an 8.
It takes you a couple of 7s, you've smashed a couple of pieces of equipment, and you were about to just pick something up and slam it down on the container, and you're like, wait. Oh no, that happened again. Oh shit. Oh shit,
Yeah,
Eileen.
Eileen, oh no.
So you just set it down and scramble out, and what was the roll?
The 10.
Okay.
On a 10 plus, you inflict 2 extra harm.
Is that your given effect with that, or?
That's the actual effect for Precise Strike.
Gotcha. I was about to read the list of effects, but I guess I don't have to. That hurt.
So that's a total of 4, by the way, with my dagger.
So you could feel its grip is starting to loosen around you because that hurt and you got it. I think you actually did stab it in the eye. As this thing starts to loosen from around you and you still have a grip on the pole. And as you come out, you see this discoloration, like you would assume it's blood rising up to the top, but it doesn't look well. I was gonna say it doesn't look like it's Eileen's, but I don't know if you would know that for sure. You just see what looks like blood tinging the water. So, Eileen, what are you doing?
Is it loosening enough for me to get out?
I'll say you're able to wiggle out if you want to roll plus tough to swim to the surface, dragging this thing behind you. And Malaya, if you want to roll to help out.
Okay. My help out's an 8.
Okay, so you get a +1.
Still a 6.
With the +1?
With the +1.
This thing is heavy. Also, you're getting more experience. Hooray. Don't forget to keep marking your experience. We might get a level up this session.
How many times did I fail? Twice or 3 times?
I think it's been twice. As you are attempting to swim to the surface, this thing is heavy, you're injured, you're losing quite a bit of blood because not only are you badly injured, but you're in the water.
Yeah.
Also swimming through some of this thing's blood. You're not going to be able to haul it up to the surface. Eileen doesn't get to a point where you can quite reach her yet.
Okay.
Although I picture you, wading into the water to try and help.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can see where the blood is coming from and try to, find Eileen.
As you are wading through the water, it gets to the point where there's this drop off and you weren't able to see it and you just slip and go under the water. And you can feel something is moving and thrashing around you, but you are unsure. It is unclear if that is Eileen or the very, very angry anger noodle.
Yeah, it's an angered noodle.
Dangered noodle?
Angered.
Yeah.
Angered noodle.
Danger noodle, anger noodle, anger noodle.
Okay.
Kinda works. We can keep workshopping that. So what do y'all do?
We actually don't have to workshop it.
Yeah.
Someone read a bad situation? If we can figure out what's the best way out?
Sure.
Yeah.
God. Okay, cool.
Did you fail?
No! Of course! I got a... God damn it, I got a 10!
Right, on a 10 plus, hold 3.
Where were these rolls earlier?
Dice wanted to tell a story.
Dice can suck a dick.
Yeah.
What questions do you want to ask? You can hold 3.
What's my best way out?
You're gonna have to let the pole go if you want to get up to the surface. You are just too hurt. You can always find another way to get it. You know this thing is injured.
What's the best way to protect the victims? In this case, myself and Malaya.
Get out of the water and maybe put a door between you and this thing and get some, medical help before you try this again. You do know you can contact your friends back at the secondary site and let them know that you have it cornered. It's
It's very angry.
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? Because I don't think that I know that Malaya is also in the water again.
You did feel something entering the water somewhat near you, but the earrings are still glowing just slightly, like it's dimmed down a lot, so you were able to quickly realize, oh, that's Malaya. Right now, the biggest danger, aside from the snake, is its blood is also in the water with you, and you both have open wounds.
Okay.
That is the main danger you haven't noticed.
If you act on the answers, get a +1 ongoing while the information is relevant. So I'm gonna drop the stick, try and get out of the water with Malaya. Which would be what? Act under pressure?
I'll say plus tough, because it's the physical act of swimming. And you get a +1 and if Malaya wants to try again to help out.
Where were these tough rolls earlier, you stupid things?
We had to have some drama.
That's a 13, by the way.
You don't need to help out. You drop it and just swim up, just hook your arm around as you go up, and just keep going till you're in the next room. I'm assuming you're going into the next room with the med kit.
Yes, we're going into the room with the med kit.
Yeah. Eileen you got bruises on you, you are drenched in 2 different kinds of blood, and you have some pretty severe bite marks in your shoulder. Y'all are not having a good day. Also, how close are you to unstable, Eileen?
Is unstable. Is that at half?
That's 4.
There should be, like, a line.
I am on the brink.
Yeah, neither of y'all are doing particularly great. Eileen, you look particularly like shit. Like, you do have communication devices and stuff in the next room. You're able to lock the door behind you. The water's just continuing to discolor, and occasionally you'll see something like moving across the surface. Body going one way, and then it looks like it has something attached to it that's kind of sweeping alongside of it because it still has that stick on it.
Wow, who could have foreseen this?
At least it'll be harder for it to escape with that stick still on it. Hopefully.
You're trying to stop the bleeding.
Yeah. The Malaya's only got 1 harm, so.
Bandage is now wet and starting to come loose a little bit, but you're able to start attempting to at least stop the bleeding and clean up the blood. And what do y'all do now?
Well, Glenn, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, how's everything going out there?
God. Thanks for asking.
I can... Hang on 1 second. Hear typing sound.
Oh, I would prefer if you did not look at the security footage.
Oh no. We had a couple of people that were in that area. Figured might help. You might at least want a couple of extra hands. So I'm letting them know. Do you need medical supplies? What's the situation? What do you need?
Med supplies would be good. We have the creature contained inside the initial tank. We have the emergency doors shut. There are exits it could potentially use. We don't know if it will, and it's also hurt pretty bad. Came down to a contest of wills, let's say. And I would say neither of us came out on top.
Okay, there are people on the way. They can get you patched up and take you over here, and we'll figure out what to do with this thing later. Now that it's contained, it should be easy to deal with.
Oh, Glenn. When we arrived, there was some kind of creature outside, and I will give them as much information as Malaya gave me, because I don't remember what the creature looked like, because it's been a week, and I'm
I don't think it was super well described. You just saw a shadow of something that appeared to be stalking you. Except Belia thought that was just a hallucination.
Yeah, no, she was hallucinating about the ducks, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for the heads up. Do have a couple predators that tend to hang around. Thankfully, we know how to scare them off or what to do if we piss them off. Sit tight, and we'll get y'all taken care of soon.
Don't really have a choice.
Belia, roll plus sharp. See how well you're able to tend to the wounds while you're waiting.
Ooh, that's a 5. Not great. Oh, actually, on one of the things for use magic, which would be plus weird, one of the effects is you can heal 1 harm from an injury or cure a disease or neutralize a poison.
You can try that next, because you realize as you were attempting to staunch the bleeding and you wipe some away, you're like, oh. I don't know if you say anything out loud, but you might have just wiped some of this thing's blood into its bite wounds.
Ouch.
Magic time. I'm gonna roll.
You hurt a lot right now, and that is particularly not feeling great. As you realize that the wound is turning a weird color. Roll to use magic.
Yep.
See if you can fix it.
Alright, that's a 9. That's better.
You picked the glitch, and I picked the effect the glitch has.
I think it would be probably better take 1 harm, ignore armor. Because I'm okay in terms of harm right now.
Yeah, what does your magic look like as you are attempting to heal Eileen's shoulder?
It looks like my earring glows red, and my eyes sometimes turn red, or not turn red, but sort of have a red hue, which they're relatively unblinking, so it's a little concerning to people who aren't used to it, and some red mist, red particles sort of come out of my hand as I try to hold it up to Eileen to see if I can get some of the poison or whatever away.
Yeah, I picture you're holding it over her shoulder. As you do this, you feel like this pain in your shoulder in the exact same spot as you get almost these phantom bite marks in your shoulder. It's not visible, but you do take a point of harm.
Okay. I wince for a second, but don't stop.
Yes, Eileen, gradually the room stops spinning quite as much. The Cleanup Crew is an in-universe comic book series favored by Talamir Damarais aboard the Opal Star. It follows a group of monster hunters who market their services as sci-fi pest control, working planet-side to dock-side to ship-side, whatever you need, wherever you need it. A Monster of the Week mini-campaign and an Aboard the Opal Star side story, featuring Chan playing Neldo, Alexis playing Malaya, and Casey playing Eileen. I hope you've enjoyed this because we will be seeing more of the Cleanup Crew in the future. And who knows what adventures they'll find.